aka your baby mama's favorite baby daddy. This is episode 13, Juice Box TV presentation of Truth Be Told. That's right. I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me, Pod. Welcome back to another episode. As I said, this is episode 13. If it's your first time joining us, appreciate you for tapping in. If it's not your first time, salute to you for coming back. Let's get all the formalities and normalities out of the way. First of all, biggest shout out to our sponsor, Nationwide Sound Radio. That's right, Nationwide Sound, man. Our own home based, independently black owned radio station. And guess what? I can talk how crazy as I want to talk because we own the internet with it. Yeah, man. For your audio listening pleasure. Because everybody don't like really watching videos. Long form is more consumed in the audio experience. So if the audio experience is more your thing, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you tap in with nationwidesoundradio.com each and every Tuesday, 6 o'clock. Your boy Hustle Simmons with the Truth Be Told podcast. That's my slot. That's where you can catch me. Big Me's Mike, what it do, homie? Make sure y'all hit that like button and tap the screen and all that when y'all come in the chat room too. Salute to TikTok because we all live on TikTok right now. We live on YouTube right now. And how are y'all feeling? I'm feeling a little bit better because I just got a call from my other sponsor. Shout out to Ticketmasters. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Ticketmasters and shout out Nationwide Sounds, the official sponsors for Truth Be Told. You know what I'm saying? For all your concert, ticket, game, whatever. If it's popping and you trying to be in the building, well, Ticketmasters got all of your tickets, all of your insight. I mean, you could pick a ticket and then go to the map and see exactly where you're gonna be sitting. And if you're trying to make sure you sit with somebody or sit away from somebody, Ticketmaster's got the whole little layout for you. So yeah, for all your ticket, concert, game needs, and all of that, man, make sure y'all tap in with Ticketmaster, the official sponsor for this podcast. Truth Be Told, you dig what I'm saying? Now let's get into it. Okay, I got one more favor. Hey man, make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel too. I had to say it, man. Like the video, you know what I'm saying? Tap the screen for your boy a couple times, and I can see if y'all tap, especially on TikTok. Make sure y'all tap the screen, get these likes up so we can get the visibility out more. And make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, all that. Whatever your site is, follow us on there because we on there. That's it, okay? Official business is out the way. Let's get into it. The school year is over with, people. The school year is over with, and we are back to summer. Now, I do have a few questions. I do have some concerns. To me, it seemed like the summer came and went too damn fast. Scrambleina Jolie, what it do? Ricky Love, what it do? Danny, what it do? Hot Pepper, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Derwin White, what's happening? What happening? What happening? Frederick Bailey, what it do? What it do, man? Tap the screen. Salute y'all for tapping in with me. You dig? Bean, what it do? The summer is over, y'all. I'm not gonna even lie to y'all. I don't know how I feel about it being over so fast because it's like ever since COVID, the world spins at like double time the speed. And I figured it out. Y'all. It's right after Christmas break. Right after Christmas break, summer be over with. I mean, summer like school year is over with. There's so many holidays in between January and May. There's so many breaks and reasons for them to be out of school, bro, that your summer pretty much starts soon as Easter. After Easter is over. But one thing I can say that I do like about this time, I love about this time, is graduation season and prom season. Shout out to all of my graduates and all of my prom attendees. And graduating could be anything. You could be graduating from pre-K to regular K, from kindergarten to first grade, from fifth grade to sixth grade. Shout out to my son Khalil, you know what I'm saying? Big Khalil did the big graduation yesterday. You did what I'm saying? My little man going to junior high. I don't know how I feel about that. We'll talk about that later. A little man going to junior high and I'm feeling a certain kind of way about that. Let's start there. Shout out Jack Knight, man. Hot Pepper, Johnny, World Class Art, JD, Marvin, Shar, Shoba, Shoba. Maybe I'm saying it right. Nathan, Dan, man, Dan J, yeah. Tamara Smith, what's up, boo? Check it there with the, you know what I mean? Shout out Rock Baker, man, Jack Knight, the whole gang. Everybody tap it in, man. Look, don't just come in here though. Hit the screen for me, man. That's the least you could do. But yeah, the summer is officially here. I went to my son's graduation yesterday, man. It was dope. Um, had a surreal moment, like an out of body experience moment, man. I felt like a real dad there, and I come to realize that I am well within the entry level to my unk years, my unk phase, my unk stage. Shout out Hoop. And I didn't really have a big issue with it, like I thought I was. I was more so tripping on my little man, like just watching him and his peers and all that, and just looking like I'm like, dang. Because if you've been following me and been following the content and all that, you know, we done had me and him. We done had some little journeys. We done had some little uphill battles. We done had some little incidents. You know what I'm saying? Like my mind started doing like the little flashback, like on the TV shows, just playing a song, like a Casey and JoJo song or something. John B or something. I don't know, just an R&B joint. It just started slow motion and flashbacks of, you know, what it took to get little man there. And you know what I'm saying? That's a salute. But this is where, like, to me, phase two, level two parenting starts. Because now he's going to junior high. You know, like I said, if y'all been here with me, shout out Believer, Darling McFly, Lola. Shout out to y'all in the chat, man. If y'all been with me, shout out Willie too. If y'all been with me and Rocky, man, y'all already know. Like we done had those little issues with the girls and the homies trying to holler at the girl and you and your homeboy liking the same girl. I done had these issues already, chat. We done talked about this already. You know what I'm saying? We know about the little temperament thing and all that. Shout out to Tramiel, Nathan, old school. Um, we've been through this. And we've had our spats and we've had our little, you know what I mean, our little situations. But overall, all around, I would like to think that, you know, my little man came, he met me on the other side with it. You deal what I'm saying? And you know, it also felt good to see all the like little black kids in there. I'm not going to even lie, black and brown. You know, we live on the quote unquote white side of town. That's what they say. It felt good to see all them kids graduating and walking across the stage. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the first time in a long list, hopefully, of ceremonies where they are, you know, appreciated, acknowledged, and congratulated. You don't really see a lot of that, especially with our kids. So it was dope. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna lie, I was feeling like very unkish in that. It's a picture that's so crazy and out of pocket. I immediately signed up for the gym online when I left because the belly was poking out so crazy. And I don't know if it was the belly was poking out crazy or the shirt was just little. I feel like it was a combination of both, chat. Felt like the belly was poking too much and I feel like the shirt was a little too little. And it's crazy because when I looked at the picture, I didn't even feel like it was that tight. But you could see the tension on the buttons, chat. Like the buttons, you could see the tension. I felt the struggle of the buttons trying to keep the shirt together. I'm just gonna keep it real. That's why I ain't even post a picture. I mean, I post a picture of my son. I think I posted. I think I put a sticker over my face. Like, guess who? Because the stomach was crazy. But hey, it was dope though. Me, you know, of course, his mom was there. I did feel a little crazy because, like, me and my, you know, current thing was sitting on one side of the cafeteria, and then my daughter and then her mom was sitting on the other side. And it wasn't even no beef; it was just so packed that it had just been like it would have took us the whole ceremony to get over there. But I know it just reminded me like it wasn't all the way in sync. It wasn't Justin Timberlake, J.C. Chavez. It wasn't given in sync. Bye bye bye. So you know, and you know, I'm definitely happy to have a great co-parenting relationship, but it just, it was a moment to reflect. That's all. Like from your birth, little homie, to now, it's like, dang, and it just a scale of everything in between. His older brother came, and he grown, looking like a football player now. It's like, dang, time flying. Time is flying, and it just really was like a good check for me, for real. Just like, all right, cool. So as he graduating to his next phase of school, and I'm graduating to the next phase of parenting, like, okay, we made it here. Now, if you look back on it, what did you do? What did you accomplish? How do you feel like you equipped him for the next level? Do you feel he's equipped for the next level? Shout out owner operator. Um, and honestly, I ain't gonna lie, I got a lot of faith in my little man. I'm proud of him. Man. He definitely makes me proud. All my kids do. So I ain't really worried about him too tough. I ain't worried about him, you know. And the thing about parenting is it never ends anyway. They could be 40. If you 60 and Lord willing you still alive, they call you, they need it, you got them. That's just how it works. So, I'm definitely excited to have certain talks and sit downs putting my boy. You know what I mean? Another thing that go on around this time. Okay, well, I'm sorry if I get into that. So anyway, shout out to the whole Johnny Carr, the whole fifth grade graduating class, man. Y'all did y'all think y'all look good. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and here, Khalil was big tripping about having to have his shirt tucked in. He is not feeling the shirt tucked in. He told me he was dressed like a grandpa because he had his shirt tucked in and a bow tie. So that's something I knew I had to get. I'm gonna have to work on with him because I gotta let him know ain't nothing wrong with dressing like a player. I gotta let him know you put that bow tie on, tuck that shirt in with some nice dress shoes, and spray some of that robot on or that Versace on. That's gonna let the ladies know you smelling good. You feel me? But anyway, shout out Jeff in the building too, man. Shout out my partner Jeff. Shout out Ray. Shout out Christina, Nancy, Perez, all y'all. Tap the screen for me, people. Let's get to 1,000 likes for me, boy. You know what I mean? We all chip in. It'll happen before you know it. Another thing that happens around this time of year is prom. Now, I spoke on prom last on purpose. Prom. Okay. Let's talk about prom. Okay. I'm from the generation of going to Jim Massey's cleaners. I'm from the generation of black tux, white shirt, black shoes. I'm from the junior civitan, the Miss Debutante dance. I come from the fully clothed seniors in high school. Like the most you might get back then was a curvy female that dress was contoured to fit, and you was like, "Damn, she got yeeks." You or you had you a top heavy one that got the yitties pushed up. But nowadays, these prom dresses is outrageous for one. Look like y'all going to the club. To me. Shout out Oliver in the chat. Look like y'all going out to the club. To me. Look like y'all, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And the little dudes, I think I saw a viral post where one dude had on the traditional, gentleman tux. And the shiny slippers, the Louis Vuittons. I just don't. To me, it's like back in the day, the it wasn't a competition. The female of the night was the one who, she did the most. Nowadays, these young dudes is going harder than their dates. I'm just gonna keep it real. The dudes nowadays are going harder than their dates. I thought Cinderella had the glass slipper. It's been a long time since I read the book, but I thought Cinderella had the glass slipper, fellas. Y'all wearing glass slippers to the prom like you, Cinderella. And I mean, hey, that's your thing, that's your thing. Shout out Big Mike in the chat. If that's your thing, that's your thing. To me, it's just a little weird. Now, y'all be fly. I think I seen one dude went to, and I don't even know what school he go to. And then it really immediately made me question his age because bro had on the whole suit. I don't even think it was a tux. No shirt, no tank, just naked chest. Straight up. Let's see if we can get this goal going, y'all. Come on, let's see if we can get this goal going. We just need 3 gifts. I guess that's what they said. I don't know. I just pushed the button. But naked chest though, man. Dresses that you couldn't dare wear to church. Chocolate dry, what's happening? Um, the amount of money that goes. Remember when you used to get a tux for the prom and everything came with it? The shirt, the shoes, the the little clamps, the tie. You can get a cummerbund if you wanted one. Only thing you had to get after you got that tux from Jim Masses was you had to go to the grocery store, Publix, and get the little rope and the little arm. What is that thing called to go on the arm? Corsage? Is it a corsage? Let me know, Chad. What is that thing called to go on the arm? Big freight train, what it do? Wacky Nacky, what it do? Yes, chocolate drop. $50. $50. You go to Jim Massey's, get the whole setup. Remember when you was the man if you could get a limo? Like the limo was the move. And the limo really was, see, yeah, corsage for the girl. Yeah, you had to get the rolls for you, for your joint, and then get the match corsage for her. Facts. Limos was the thing. If you could get a limo, you was the man. That was almost like Hollywood status. You was almost considered a teenage, shut up, Mary, a teenage millionaire if you showed up in a limo. My day, I remember it was the Stretch Navigator and it was the Stretch Magnum. That was the hot. But you could still pull up in the Lincoln Continental joint. You dig what I'm saying? You can still pull up. Shout out my boy HK Logistics, man. Shout out 334 for sure. You could get a tuxedo. I think it used to be $100 because I think it was like a $25 deposit or something. But I know for a cool $100 you could get the tux, the shirt, the tie, the whole setup. The whole setup. Shoes, socks, everything. Now they spending $500-$600 on suits. Shoes, $1,500. The boy shoes look prettier than the girls. Nah, I ain't gonna lie. The effort that goes into it, I definitely salute that. I will say I don't see that same effort going into like the celebration and acknowledgement for the graduations. And maybe that's just not what the algorithm push, but I just don't be seeing. And I'm all for positive. I'm following 19 keys and everything. Dr. Umar and everything. So I see anything positive. But what kind of reality are we setting these kids up for? And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of feel like it's kind of weird, especially being a dad. Like, y'all know y'all setting y'all daughters up to go out here and get potentially cracked, right? Or for your son to try to crack somebody's daughter. And I thought about that because somebody asked me, can you wait till you send your girl to the, and I was like, yes, I can wait for sure. Because think about this, y'all, especially to the fathers. You sitting there the night of your daughter's prom, you sitting there, you getting all pretty dressed up. You got a hair done, lashes, makeup. You done pretty much, this is the first time you see your little girl looking like a full grown little woman. For some little snot nosed, nappy head little boy to come pick her up. Dressed like he on the way to a Rock Nation brunch. Because let me tell y'all, these suits they wearing now is giving Rock Nation brunch. Back in the day, you knew on prom night was prom because you see everybody in tuxedos. Now it just look like everybody, all these young niggas going to a Rock Nation brunch. That's all I'm trying to tell you. The pink salmon, don't get wrong, they fly suits. But y'all doing too much. Y'all got to bring it back. Y'all trying to remix stuff that don't need remixing. You got this little dude dressed to go to the Rock Nation brunch, come to pick up your little girl that you done set and spent a whole 12 hours transforming her into a young woman just to send her off into the night Now for the fathers with sons, yeah. And you gotta think about it like this. Think about the reverse of what we tell our sons. We give our sons a game how to use this, how to do that. Don't do this. This how you do this. This how you don't do that. If they, you know what I'm saying? So imagine the father, the uncle, or the big homie that's gaming up your daughter's date for what to do tonight. And y'all done sat here and made her look like she about to walk the runway. My daughter is going to the prom in a little house on the prairie dresses. Yeah, big dresses with the big shoulders, covering everything. Put a sweater on. They might go to the prom dress like we in Pakistan. Shout out to my Pakistanis. Cover everything up. Ain't no yeeks, ain't no yitties. Cause I'm not doing it. And I love my daughters, but I'm not gonna sit here and get y'all glammed up for some little boy to try to do the unthinkable. Then you mad when she done, you know what I mean? It ain't just prom. I was at the thing, my son graduation. Some of them, you know, some of them little girl, little formal dresses was too formal. You shouldn't be in fifth grade wearing no sheer dress with spaghetti straps, and I can see through the shoulder. I shouldn't be able to see through nothing. Why it's so short is the question. One little girl had on a little cape that women, you know, the women think women be little cape one, so you can't see nothing. But I wouldn't have, if I wouldn't have thought she was no fifth grader. And it didn't help the hair with the baby hair. Listen, baby hairs are for old people who want to feel young. If you a baby, you don't gotta accentuate no baby hairs, boo. Because it's not really baby hairs for you when you a baby, it's just hair. I know they want to be cute, but I ain't with all that. Chocolate Drop said, what if it's a nice boy? There is no such thing as a 16 to 18-year-old nice boy. Unless you talk about like Tony from My Wife and Kids. That's the only ain't no nice shout out Pop. Ain't no such thing as a nice boy though. I'm sorry. It might be some boys that are nicer than others, but there's no such thing as an all around nice boy. Not that age. Not unless he just got to be. Now there are some guys that are stuck in that. My 16-year-old is a homebody. True. Well, I'm not. Well, I'm not speaking to. I'm not speaking to. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like the parents sometimes we well y'all because I'm not my kids know we not friends. Love them to death. I'm your daddy. We can play, we can joke, but I'm not your friend. I won't be your friend till like your 21st birthday for my sons, and when you and same thing with my daughter. I'm not your friend. I'm your dad. I'm your parent. You're my child. I love you. I love you more than a friend. Cause a friend I can fall out with. Can't fall out with you. But I be needing my kids to know. All right now, even when we planning to get a little bit too mouthy or like you got too many rebuttals, like oh the fuck, okay now joke's over. I'm done. I'm done. Tap out. Ring the bell. I'm done. I ain't playing no more. Because that's what we got to do. Like the lines be blurred. Like we be too cool with our kids. We be too homey. And I know a lot of times when you know whether it be the man or the woman, whatever, however it be. A lot of times when it's like a single parent situation, your child does become your friend and your partner because that's who you with most of the time because you handling everything on your own. You dig what I'm saying? I know you're not pointing out all yet, but yeah, that's what we having to do. And you know, you bond, you spending time with them because that's it. We ain't got time for much else, and I get it, I understand it, but I think a lot of times we definitely got to scale back a little bit on trying to live our life through our kids. I think a lot of times we be trying to do the stuff that we either couldn't do. I ain't call you, bro. All the way. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, bro. Yeah, that's just how they talk though. That's how they talk though. Hold on. I'm trying to see. Yeah, man, that's how they talk. My son be. He don't call me bro, but he'll say like, bro. That that's what I'm saying. Like the fine line between letting them be expressive and be kids, and then trying to trying to parent without being overbearing. That's the task. That's the objective. You know what I'm saying? Like, he better respect me, yo, for sure, for sure. Shout out Nick, Sons of Grace. Um, what do y'all think though? What do y'all think? And how do y'all feel about that double standard of it being a thing to where we game our boys up on to we almost prepare them, equip them, give them, it's kind of creepy to think as a dad that like that I'm giving him the pep talk of you might come home a man tonight, but then with my daughter it's like I got the cheater van following her, making sure she where she supposed to be. I done dropped the air tag. I done sold an Apple air tag into her dress and put one in your oatmeal. And if that I know one thing, that damn Apple tag and that dress better not separate too goddamn far from the one that just put in that oatmeal. They better be peanut butter and jelly all night. How the hell the Apple tag to the dress way over here, but the Apple tag with you way over there? I'm trying to figure that out. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Why the Apple tag why the Apple tag separated? But that's out of pocket. I think that's why God gave me more girls than boys too. Oh, well, it's kind of even, but it feel like more girls than boys because it's just different with your daughters, man. I'm sorry. Any guy that girl dad I know is different with your girls. And a lot of y'all mamas, y'all ain't even qualified to be getting these girls ready for prom because the stuff y'all wearing to the clubs on the weekend, I don't like y'all judgment of what's appropriate for y'all so out of pocket. Even if you scaled it back, you dressing your 17-year-old little daughter to go out to the prom with my son or one of my little nephews, she fish food. You might well crumble her up and throw her to the ducks because she's 8. It's over for her. That's what I'm saying, y'all. We gotta chill out. I learned my lesson with a couple things this year. That was part of my flashback. My son got in trouble for doing some stuff I know for a fact. I was the architect of those actions. I know exactly where he got that from. Oh, he did that? Oh, I could listen. Let me know this, chat. As parents, have y'all ever was supposed to be mad at something with your kids, but you couldn't even get mad at your kids for doing it because you know for a fact they got that from you? And I don't just mean genetically, hereditarily. I mean, it's in you, but it's on you too. So it ain't one of them things where you can be like, yeah, I come from this, but you ain't never seen it. Oh, no, 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 no. I come from that, and y'all done seen this. And when I seen him, even from how he was talking to little females, to how he was handling his homies, to his sister, just period, just his whole demeanor. Like, yeah, to me, it's like father son, but when it came to the world, it was like Big Khalil. And I'm like, and it was like a shock to me to see the duality of these two people because I only knew Lil Khalil, but the world knew Big Khalil, Big London, and that's when I realized we really don't be knowing these kids for real, man. And you gotta think about your kids don't really know you for real, because do your kids know you for real, for real? Answer that, chat. Let me know. Do you feel like your kids know you for real? Do you feel like you know your kids for real? Because anybody that say yes, chat, I'm sorry to inform you, you done lost your damn mind. If you think your kids are the same, is the same child when you're there as when you're not there, then you are in for a road of heartache. Your road of heartache will not be a sprint, it will be a marathon. And it will be a Forrest Gump running across the country growing a full beard marathon. And I'm all for the drip. I'm all for the design. I'm all for all of that. What I'm not for is we talked about this in another episode, people, and I'm gonna wrap it up with this. We talked about the whole we be too thirsty, we be overdoing it. Sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. I say that to say this. Stop spending so much damn money sending these kids to these proms and it's one night. And for real, ultimately all you're doing is it's like you doing the 2K character with your kids. Or you playing dress up with your children. And if you think about it, like I say, it's kind of twisted that you really sending them out there to lose their virginity. I mean, come on, let's talk about it. Y'all sending y'all kids out there to lose their virginity is diabolical. If they ain't already knocking the boots. You just setting up. Shout out to Chocolate Drop, man. The rose, hit it up with the roses. I love you to death, swear. We 50% to our goal. Let's try to get one. We need like one more. I wish I could do it. I would do it myself if I could. But yeah, just think about that, man. It's supposed to be fun. It ain't supposed to be freaky. It ain't supposed to be a freak off. Don't send your kids to a freak off. That's all I'm trying to tell you. Cause these kids is crazy nowadays. But salute to everybody who graduated. Salute to all my fifth, sixth graders, my college graduates, my kindergarten graduates, high school, whatever. Salute to you going to the next phase, the next level. You deal what I'm saying? What else we got? Like I say, we talked about the parenting thing. Oh, because it's so important that we do parent and raise these kids, girls and boys. And that double standard, the more you get into your parents' bag, the more you deal with your kids and all that, the more time goes by, you will see that the foot that you had on your daughter's back and neck and restraint that you put on them, you was going so hard. You gonna learn if you haven't already learned that you probably need to put a lot of that on the boys. We get the boys so much leeway because we don't even think about certain things. But I'm telling you, it be the boys. Yeah, we can talk about Cassie and what Cassie did and the situation. We know we're gonna get into that. We can talk about Megan and all that. Why we getting all that? But what's at the center of all these? The boys. The men that was once boys. And you really gotta ask yourself, what was Diddy parents teaching him? What was his big homies talking to them about? They trying to block my homegirl message. Hold up. Nathan Hill drawing Yarn the means in the chat is crazy. Nigga drawing penises. But nah, you get that. When you don't parent your kids right, when you're not in your kids' life, when you don't show them the right amount of love and attention, you get the Cassies, bruh. You get your daughter somewhere dripping baby oil, picking out a BBC for the evening. Straight up. See, once upon a time, it was like the father's worst fear was his daughter ending up on the pole. Now it's your daughter ending up on 13 poles in one night. Well, her rich billionaire boyfriend, that's 17 years her senior, in the corner, sitting over there playing with Tootsie Rolls. That's all I'm trying to tell you. So I just said my boy had a Ricola drop. It's crazy. That's all I'm trying to tell you. Cassie. The name of this episode is Reverse Skip Draw 4. Because I feel like that's what Cassie did to the feds, to their case. Cassie for sure hit y'all with a Uno reverse and a draw 4. I feel like Cassie turned this case upside down with her testimony. Because Cassie was, if for those who know, have been reading the indictment and all that, Cassie's testimony was similar to the YSL Rico because that's what they was basing a lot of their case on, her testimony. The thing with that is this though. Cassie testimony, first of all, wasn't as wow and shocking. Hey, TikTok, make sure y'all hit that like button too, man. Let's get to 500 likes, please. Let's do that. Y'all, if y'all let me do that for me. Cassie testimony wasn't as wild and jaw dropping as a lot of us thought it may be, that we was expecting it to be. Okay. On top of that, there was a lot of holes poked into her story. It was a lot of things that she kind of left out. It was a lot. It almost looked staged to me, like as if she's in cahoots with maybe the other side. Maybe they made her testify, and she just doing what she got to do. Maybe she pulling the YSL Woody all over again. I mean, she does have Brian Steele. He basically beat it, Rico. Thug just got tired of sitting. Even though it was on state level, I think they had more damning evidence against Thug than they could ever have against Diddy. And not that if the charges was different, I think the case would be going different. Now, I will say that I do see them building the case to give you the idea that, or to, show you how close or that this is exactly ex trafficking. I mean, when they say things like, because, at first I'm thinking that the defense cooking, like, dang, she paid for this. She got the workers there. She gave them the rundown. She picked them out. Yeah, but when what they saying, Diddy pretty much had her trained like a Yorkie. You ever seen Coming to America when it's whatever you like, whatever you like. Bart, yeah, Diddy had her like that. So at that point, and we don't know, like I say, we don't even know when the tapings and the investigation, all that started. Diddy could have been putting the mental abuse down, the psychological abuse down for a couple years before it even hit the surface. So by the time we seen it, it looked like she with it, but she's just trained. She's graduated. Shout out to her. She graduated too from obedience school. And maybe by now he done went upside her head enough times to where she know what not to do or say. And see, that's the part that I have a juror swaying. Like, maybe that's the case, or maybe it's just that what she's saying is real. Because that's the thing. If we have to believe her, where can we pick and choose what to believe? Do we pick and choose when she say she couldn't leave because she was scared and she was stuck? Or do we believe what she say? She loved him then. She loves him now. She will always love him. I'll tell you this. For her to get up on the stand and she's the key witness to the feds and this whole thing, for her to get up on the stand and say she loved him then, she still loves him now, that hurt. That hurt. They didn't hurt any evidence. It didn't hurt any case they had. But morally, ethically, for me to see Blue Collar, what it do? Jason, what it do? For me to hear that as a juror, I would think, oh man, this, I don't know. Like, we in court about this, but she ain't pressing no charges about this. She wanted her loop to loop faith. And I think she probably I don't even think that was more so about the case and all that. I think that was just what she was either projected or could have projected to make throughout her career. Like, walked away with. And you ain't gonna give it to me no other way. So I'm gonna get it though. And that's the thing. Diddy can't just be nobody. You guys can't be out here just living and just doing it up on people. Cause it comes to an end, bro. With everything and everybody. The graduation theory again. People graduate from one mind state to the next. Who was cool yesterday ain't cool today. Well, I let you get away with yesterday. I won't let you get away with today. And listen, something about that narcissistic, crazy, controlling spirit to tell you, boy, you got the juice and the squeeze. They bet not never even think to play with you, and that just be us. Y'all, them, they, whoever it is. But I don't think Cassie is here to hurt, harm, or be malicious to Diddy. I honestly feel like Cassie was subpoenaed. She had to come, and she had the most evidence and the most whatever that the feds needed to use. Hold on 1 second, chat. 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Go to the restroom. But we can't stop the live, so give me 1 second, chat. I gotta go. Look at the boys' room. Chat, yeah, we back. Hold on. We back. Yo, my bad. We back. We back. We back. Woo. Okay, but yeah. Shout out Summer, Abby, Marie, Nessa. Yeah. The whole thing is this though. I don't. I don't. I don't feel Cassie wholeheartedly wants to be here. I don't feel like her and the DA or whoever is on the Attorney General is on the same page. I think she was subpoenaed. She had to come. I think that it was big enough for them to pick up. Pause. Shout out Calvin. But I think Cassie really just wanted her little Luther fame. She was gonna fade to the back. Did you see the statement she made? Did y'all ever read the statement that her and her husband made? That the lawyer read. That's how you know when they ain't want to be there. Like when you leave a party and you don't tell nobody, or you looking for somebody like, hey, what London at? And be like, oh yeah, London gone. They she told me to tell y'all she enjoyed the party. Thanks for the invite, and she'll see y'all next time. That's a person who really ain't got much to say to nobody. Or that would have spoke to one or two people. But to speak to you, mean I gotta do a whole goodbye tour. And shaking hands and all that people I really don't even care to even speak to. Like, that's how you know when somebody ain't really want to come to the party, the barbecue, the baby shower, the wedding, or whatever. What they call it, an Irish goodbye? Is that what it's called? An Irish goodbye? I think that's what it's called. Chocolate dropper. What is it called when you leave without speaking? I think it's called an Irish goodbye. But Cassie left and ain't say nothing. She gave the lawyer chat GP. To me, it sounded real chat GPT-ish to me. Her exit was, I don't know. I think it was selfish as hell. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. Cassie was selfish as hell for you to have the country cheering and rooting for you all this time, all these feminists behind you, all these men simping out, all these pick me's going extra pick me for you, and then you L to the black women of 2025 and the end of 24 because she did we gonna change it to the Kamala Harris exit. Y'all remember when we ain't really see Kamala till she wanted to be the president? They know what the hell she was doing, what she had going on. Until she wanted to run for president. And I knew she was an AKA, was school she went to, her daddy was this, her mama was that. She like this. She do that. She even eat collard greens cleaned in the bathtub with her feet. That's how we knew you weren't black. Anyway, um, Cassie giving them vibes. So you get the whole world campaigning with you when the video drop, or did he drag you up the hallway? Oh, but when the pictures in the other videos drop, you get ghosts. A lot of people in the chat was saying things about the husband, but he gave a statement and he did. I think out of everybody in this, I was leaning more towards he was the more player one that had his head on straight. But then there was some things that came out. And I told y'all, Cassie was going to look crazy at the end of this chat. The image y'all went into looking at Cassie, I knew she was going to have to lose that. But you give and you take. That's part of the game. Because if you thought that she was going to walk in here, do her little two-step, get her money, not only sue Diddy, but the intercontinental, whatever it's called. I thought, for when I heard intercontinental, I thought John Wick. Dude come out in the hallway in the suit, like he about 7'2". Pause, but like he was in shape to me. Like, I mean, I thought John Wick. And first thing I thought was, ain't no way. That's why Puffy so crazy, because if you in there putting the gorilla pimp smackdown on the female in the same hotel John Wick and them be in, you probably think that you untouchable. And I was like, how she sue the hotel? But if that was a security chat that worked for the hotel, that seen that going on, not only didn't escort them out, call the police, or allegedly had something to do with that that video allegedly getting deleted. Not only is that obstruction of justice and all kind of other charges, but if he was an official employee of the hotel, oh well, we ain't worried about him. We going above. We suing the foundation. Because allegedly Cassie asking for $10 million from them for the story, I don't know whether for the tape leaking, shout out to Billy the Kid. I don't know if it's for the tape leaking or is it for just the incident happening there. But either way, it's a W, Cassie. But I knew she wasn't going to come out unblemished, man. And there's a couple things that stood out crazy to me in this case. One was after she said Diddy took her out and they supposed to have the closure dinner chat. She said he had a key, so he came into the house, which is crazy because that's like the ultimate. I'm not saying it didn't happen, but he got to be the most monster. He got to be a monster. He got to be Monster Inc. He got to be Boogeyman, Candyman, Bloody Mary, all in one. If he takes you out for a closure dinner at a nice restaurant, y'all talk, he walks you to the door, y'all hug, he says goodbye, he leaves, get in the car, and then that same little gas that the hobgoblin be breathing in, he breathes some of that in, and he say, no, I'm not leaving, I'm going to take something. Comes back up, open the door, and totally do the opposite. Say he great, huh? I'm not saying he did. I'm not victim blaming or shaming, but I do want to understand the psyche of a victim of something like that consensually reaches out, goes to a party the following week, and has consensual relations with the same person. Because what I do know is a lot of those people and victims can't even see stomach, can't even hear the name. They even want to go in the area, don't want to do nothing that reminds them. So he raped you and y'all smashed 2 more times after the grape. I only seen that happen one other time, and that was Tina Turner and Ike in the studio. What's love got to do with it? But I don't know. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. Oof, because that was crazy. What else? Oh, the D-Rugs dealer that was supplying the ketamine, the MDMA, and all the other things, the pink, the Tusi, and all that. He was also responsible or tasked with bringing Plan Bs and birth control. Now, when I heard Plan Bs and birth control, me being an ex-serial slayer, I was like, that's stupid. because Plan Bs are birth control. But no, they really was doing like I don't know what form. It couldn't have been Depo. I guess the pill. But they were actually doing the Plan Bs and birth control. So first of all, Cassie, that was your first sign that this man is trying to. It's like back in the day when they used to say put on two condoms. I put on two condoms, which was stupid. But I had to Jimmy on extra tight. That means he don't not only don't want to have a baby, he for sure don't want to have a baby with you. If he got you taking regular scheduled birth control and a Plan B and to put so many toxins and narcotics in your body to where nobody want don't nobody want to see the baby that's cooked up with them ingredients. That's all I'm trying to tell y'all. Take it how you want. Be feeding your baby through his neck. That's all I'm trying to tell you. Be feeding your baby through his neck. Y'all remember that show Dinosaurs? The little puppy? Yeah, you be having one of them at the table. I'm hungry! Mama at the table. You feel me? So nah, shout out Exotic Joe, man. But what type like me, I done had my time in the trap. I don't you couldn't told me bring me a 3-5, two beans, a perk, a addy, a tab, and a Plan B. Unless he was unless he was working in the pharmacy or something like that, or had which he probably did for those times. Hey, whatever. A Plan B is like overkill. That's like somebody that's like a female coming to your house, fellas, and you be like, hey, can you stop giving me a black or a pack of cigarette or a cigarillo? Like, can I stop and get you? I'm already bringing the primary. You want me to stop and get something else, boy? To stop, listen. You had to be buying the whole. You had to be what you trying to buy. What you buying the bell? You must buying a quarter brick. How much was Diddy spending that had his trapper not only travel but stop and pick up Plan Bs? I don't even think you could buy but so many Plan Bs at one time because at that point you almost running like a whole clinic at the crib or something. Remember when they said they were gonna get rid of Plan Bs? I swear I had a plan. I was like, I'm gonna buy so many Plan Bs just to have, and I was just gonna just like triple the price if they was to ever take them up, but it never happened. But what y'all think, ladies? If every time a man come to your house, he had condoms, spermicidal lubricant to kill the sperm if it was an accident, he go to the bathroom, pop out your birth control pill for the day, and a Plan B, and he lay all this out before that ain't a telltale sign that what he ain't trying to do. Cassie fell victim to a lot of women do, thinking that it's some little trinket or some little card or some little thing that they have possessed, and not even just sexually, just it's something about them that can change the makeup of this person that they are in love or infatuated with. And I think that's one of the first things I'm gonna teach my sons and daughters is people are who they are. You can't change that. Only person can change somebody is God and themselves. God don't even make you change to be a better person. He give us free will to be whoever you want to be. And when somebody show you who they want to be, 9 times out of 10, that's who they gonna be until they don't want to be that person no more. That's why when everybody was running to Cassie's husband defense, I'm like, man, he knew what it was. I it's no way. Like if everybody has a story of seeing Cassie get treated a certain kind of way, ain't no way that he ain't coming there and was like, you ain't working out hard enough, or whatever the case may be, or she done came to the gym to work out all busted up, swole up, or he got her in the gym working out when she fresh out of surgery, or something. And even he like, man, you shouldn't be here. And she like, but he told me. You know what I mean? And even if all those hypotheses and everything is wrong, when she said on the stand that her then boyfriend, boo, babe, dude she was talking to, now husband called her when she was in bed being intimate with Diddy and she answered the FaceTime, that was diabolical. Now, before y'all jump down her throat, like so many others already have, you can answer FaceTime and not cut your camera on. But it was supposed to be like clapping yeeks. Diddy seems like the kind of guy that might be insecure, jealous, or his man intuition went off, and he probably felt like the dude was already trying to push up. So, hey, answer the phone and don't act no certain kind of way. Shout out to Ball, man. Shout out to Shot House, man, in the building. Shout out to the we gotta do an episode, Ball. We gotta do it live. I got some stuff I want to talk to you about too. We gotta set that up. Probably do it tonight or something if you're free. You know what I'm saying? We got to do one because we got to talk about this. I feel like either way you cut this pie, Cassie out of pocket in that arena. You answered the phone for your then boo, now husband, baby, that all that, while you and Diddy was getting it cracking. If Diddy had celebrities, A-listers, I mean, the names that came up, Chris Brown, Ryan Leslie, Usher, um, J. Cole, you know, if he was cut up in front of these people, you ain't finna tell me he put no extra respect on no personal trainer name. I would think that it would probably get the worst around the least lustrous people that will be around. And all of them, TD Jakes, the whole, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. It got to the point to where the Rock Nation brunch started looking like a bad boy dinner to me. A bad boy brunch. BBB to me. Puffy doing the toast. Puffy doing, you know what I mean? But, like I say, for those who just tapping in, it was a couple things about the cold case that made her look crazy. One, you say the man raped you after a closure dinner. But then y'all had consensual intercourse a week later twice. Okay, you gonna stand saying you still love the man. I feel that. I got a couple baby mamas. I got a lot of exes. I've played that game of you love me, you miss me. They make sure they say I have love for you. I miss what we had when it was a good thing in that capacity. But ain't nobody talking about they love. I love him. I love you. I loved you then and I love you now. Ain't your husband in here? The same husband that FaceTimed you and you answered? And I don't even think she wanted to answer. I'm telling you, Cassie is giving Yorkie, bruh. Cassie is all Pomeranian, whatever, Pomeranian. She dog whistler. Did he train her? Excuse me. Did he train her like them Doberman pinchers that Nino Brown had, bro? Like imagine sneaking off with your sneaky link to get it cracking. And the phone ring. And it's a FaceTime. And imagine you having it in your head that I ain't studying her or him. I'm going to get mine off. And imagine the person that you sneaking with got so much control over you, they say, nah, answer the phone. That wasn't nothing but a power move. Diddy was trying to see. So what is it? I introduced you to the trainer. It ain't nothing between y'all. He know I'm your nigga. He know we do this. And if nothing else, you showing him respect, a call, answering the phone like, hey, what up? But if he happened to call while I'm cracking you, so what? He shouldn't feel no kind of way. He just a trainer, right? He know I'm your man, right? Y'all ain't got nothing going on, right? Cool, prove it. Answer the phone. And he gave that little, and I promise you, I bet he was working that Tootsie Roll to the best of his ability. Pause. He about to catch a cramp in his back trying to put that, you know what I mean? The D Ruggs dealer bringing Plan Bs and birth control. Crazy. Did he come looking for Cassie and then beating you with beating your best allegedly beating your best friend with a hanger because he hearing that you cheating. Allegedly blowing up Kid Cudi car. Allegedly meeting. They allegedly say this man done pulled up to LaGuardia, one of the New York airports, stopped the whole plane from pulling off. Holler at J. Cole to sock cuz out. Say he supposed to allegedly slap Drake. Allegedly, you like for dudes to finish on Cassie with a man with a man mayonnaise, and you like to go in the other room and get the baby batter spread on your nipples like a miniature cupcake. Yeah, the more they talk, the more I realize that y'all just talk. You know what Cassie and Diddy giving me? Like, you know that friend that get into it with that girl? Shout out to my cousin, Pizzle. You know that person that get into it with that girlfriend every time, like 3, 4 times a week is F that B. I can't stand her, so I ain't effing with her no more. And then you like, man, shut up. Like that sister that you don't even get into it for, but man, I saw your sister at the club or her boyfriend arguing. It's like you ain't even like you're like your adrenaline don't even get pumping no more because you know that's just them. They like that. They love that. I think people were trying to help Cassie, like Dawn, but like Cassie mom, people like Gene Deal. I think people were whispering to her like, "Hey man, get up out of here." I think she had a couple of Harriet Tubmans that tried to give her Underground Railroad up out of there. I think Cassie just liked the lifestyle more than she disliked what came with it. And the sad truth about it is, if it's not that type of physical sexual abuse, it's a lot of times women. If you're not with these men before or these people before, um, and a lot of y'all be tripping too, because y'all be acting like it just be men. Shout out to the women that's doing that, like the female ditties. Because if y'all don't think that Oprah got Stedman around this mug being the male version of Cassie doing 30 years of FOs, y'all out y'all mind, but that's another episode. But nothing in life is easy, free, or is handed to you. So for then you just stroll through your little town, hear your little music, sign you to his little label, and then I mean, shout out, 'cause I love Cassie's song. I think she was in a movie. I don't remember what movie it was, but she had a nice little role. She can kind of act. She had to be able to act because she acted like she like Diddy for 11 years. And you know, cuz got the Tootsie Roll popcorn shrimp. So, but was Diddy taking advantage of her, or were they taking advantage of each other? I think it started out as them trying to do or be or infatuated and with each other and the whole little shit. But I do feel like she played her hand too early. Like it's like a chick giving it up too early, or a dude spending money too early. Like when you show what you would do to try to get it, I know what I can do or have you do to keep getting it. I think it was a lot of females that was probably cool with trying the FOs or did the FOs or was thinking about it. Cassie was just the one that did it, and she was young and impressionable enough to do it, like enough of it to do it again, love the lifestyle to continue doing it as long as she was provided that, and not advanced and mature enough to be able to put her foot down and have a voice when it came time to say no. I think he had a lot. I think a lot. I think Young Miami was with that. I think he might have tried it with J Lo, but they didn't get that far. Kim, Young Miami, all them other little chicks, for sure, for sure. I think MJB, Mary J was with it. I think he just learned with Mary J. Like, okay, you can't really put them on and really give them hits and really, because once they get to a point where they don't need, it's like they can write you out. And then you just go get a husband or a boyfriend or whatever that's really on there, and now you. MJB might have been the first Cassie that gave him the game to how to just manipulate the Cassies, but I don't know. The case is weird. What else? The number of the freak off partners being in the tens of hundreds was crazy. The last and final thing I'll say that was a total waste of time with this was the Don Richards or Richard's testimony. It didn't really give anything. She was on stand for 2 days. First day like 15 minutes. Second day like 30. And that was after a weekend recess. Dawn, I didn't never really felt like her story was gonna be credible. Or no one even cared because you waited so long, and then your stories were so hazy. And then even on the stand, she was saying she would admit that a lot of the stories and testimonies versus like her testimony now is different than her complaint or testimony then, recordings then because it was so long ago. But it was even longer from the court date because these allegations that you did try to